Welcome everybody to the 2020-2021 Corkhill Cup draw. So, we've gone the usual route. We've done the seeding. We've got our top draw, second draw, third draw and bottom draw. May Emrys will be in there somewhere. Usual setup, we will draw one from each pot until we've got our 8 groups. We'll start off with all of our group leaders first. So we'll do all of the ones from pot 1, all of the ones from pot 2, all of the ones from pot 3 and finally all the ones from pot 4. So without much further ado, let's get started. Straight out of the bowl, it's Dan Walker with his outfit, Never Walk Alone. Into Group B. Oh, it's Rob Cottrell with Linton Travel Tavern. Still hasn't changed it to Joe Linton Travel Tavern, but he is out. Next we have only 4 viewers. How disappointing. Next out is Edgar's Elite. Andy Edgar is top of Group C. Next out, oh, it's my cousin. It's L of a team. It's Graham Ellis. Next out we have, it's the girl, the lady of the group. It's Lady Yaya, Roberta Lane. Actually, I should really be sending this to Chris Dunbar as well, shouldn't I? There we go. And also to Roberta. There we go. So, next out, we have Mark Teal. He's pepped it. He is next out. Our next group leader we have Vic Davison. Justin is still in. And finally, from the top seeds, we have Orgazoid's Handy 11, Rory Cosgrove and his new trainers. That completes the top draws. Next, the seconds. Going into the same group as Dan Walker, we have Owen Jones and Covey Cont FC. Going into the group with Rob Cottrell, we have I'll House You, Alad Wynn. Next out we have FFRL, Sam Spencer goes in with Andy Edgar. Going into the same group as Graham Ellis, we have When Harry Met Ali, Mark Saunders. Next out into the same group as Roberta Lane, we have Luke Davey and his side, Genoa side. Next up, it is the Golden Vision. It is Chris Dunbar. He is going into the same group as Mark Teal. Next up, going into the same group as Vic Davison, we have Will Allen, Allen Athletic. And finally, going into the same group as Rory Cosgrove, we have Andrew Blankley and Blankley's Boys. Now, the third lot. First out into the same group as Dan Walker, please let it be James Ellis. Unfortunately it isn't, it's Withers, heavyhitters.co.uk, rubbish name for a team, rubbish. Next out we have Skinner's Winners, not doing so well this season, but the reigning cup champion, the cup holder, goes in with Alad Wynn and Linton Travel Tavern. Next into Andy Edgar's group, it is FC Barcelona, Sean Hodson, doing better than many people would expect. Next out into the same group as Graham Ellis and Mark Saunders, we have Oliver Firth and Merseyside Blue. Next out we have James Ellis, Project Zeus. He's trying to make marketing and the other one combine and he can't. That's going into Roberta Lane and Luke Davey. Next out, it is Mertesacker Emptiness. Andrew Kells goes into the same group as Mark Teal and Chris Dunbar, shaping up to be a tasty group. Next out, we have Magoo FC, Don Bradshaw. He's going in with Vic Davison and Will Allen. And finally, we have Leda Lovelid, Brian Kirk. He is in the final group with Orgazoid's Handy 11, Rory Cosgrove, and Blankley's boys, Andrew Blankley. And finally, going in, the bottom seeds. Where will May Emrys end up? First out, in the same group as Dan Walker, we have Ian Cullen, cul-de-sac. Next out, into the Skinners Winners Reigning Cup Holder group, we have May Emrys, Messi Dalapuisai. He is going in there with the current cup holder. Well earned place on the final day of the qualifications. And next in with Edgar's Elite, with Sean Hodson and with Sam Spencer, we have Stephen Bradshaw with Vintage Clarets. Next out with Graham Ellis and with Mark Saunders and Oliver Firth, we have Craig Simmons, Smell My Cheese.
What we nurture today helps grow our tomorrow. Introducing new Aptamil Organic.
Apologies.
With organic ingredients, plus vitamin D to support the normal function of the immune system. Today,
Next out, we have into the same group as Lady Yaya, Luke Davey and James Ellis, we have Carl Jackson, change name. Never did change that name. Next out into Mark Teal's group with Chris Dunbar and Andrew Kells. This is a very tasty group. It's Andrew Griffith, Blue and White Dynamite. I thought I said Blue and White Shout for a minute, but it didn't. There we go, Blue and White Dynamite. Next out into the penultimate group, we have FC Boom, Paul Jackson. He is in there with Vic Davison, Will Allen and Don Bradshaw. And finally, the very last draw into the final group is Right Said Fred, Aaron Marshall with his 20-point hits. He is in there in Group H. And that completes the draw. So, in Group A, we have Dan Walker, Owen Jones, Withers and Ian Cullen. In Group B, we have Rob Cottrell, Allard Wynne, Guy Skinner and May Emrys. In Group C, we have Andy Edgar, Sam Spencer, Sean Hodson and Stephen Bradshaw. In Group D, we have Graham Ellis, Mark Saunders, Oliver Firth and Craig Simmons. In Group E, we have Roberta Lane, Luke Davey, James Ellis and Carl Jackson. In Group F, we have Mark Teal, Chris Dunbar, Andrew Kells and Andrew Griffiths. In Group G, we've got Vic Davison, Will Allen, Don Bradshaw and Paul Jackson. And in the final group, Group H, we've got Rory Cosgrove, Andrew Blankley, Brian Kirk and Aaron Marshall. And that brings to a conclusion this year's Corkhill Cup draw. Thank you for joining us, and I will now try and figure out how to stop this stream and bid you farewell.